Welcome back to GB Guns. Today we're going to be doing a live fire comparison and contrast of the Shield 2.0 with the Shield 2.0 Performance Center to see what the differences are. So we took these out and both the Burgundy Bomber and I shot some groups with them and then gave our thoughts after shooting them side by side practically. Also, you'll see some slow motion footage comparing the two, and what I want you to look at is wrist movement and arm movement in firing these rapidly to see if there's a difference. Of course, the slide is going to cycle at about the same speed, but you'll see Burgundy Bomber torching them off, and then you'll see myself torching them off, and hopefully that helps you see if this porting is worth it to you or not.
Today we're comparing the Shield 2.0 versus the Shield 2.0 Performance Center. First, I'm going to start off with the Shield 2.0 at the top right target. Now I'll be shooting the Shield 2.0 Performance Center, the top left target. All right, first I want to start off by showing that the gun is safe. There is no magazine in either. So my thoughts on the difference between the 2.0 and the 2.0 Performance Center is I feel like the Performance Center I had better control over accuracy and recoil. The Performance Center has the ported barrel and then the fiber optic sights, and the standard 2.0 comes with just the 3 white dots. As far as the sights, I didn't feel that there was a huge difference as far as acquiring my target. I could easily see with the 3 white dots, just as I could see with the fiber optics. That might be different later in the evening, but as far as sun's out, there wasn't any difference. So overall, they're both great guns. I'm a fan of both M&Ps. I would probably choose the Performance Center over the standard 2.0 if I had to, but yeah, that's my thoughts on these two.
So now I'll be given 5 shots from, we're about 5 yards here, with the original Shield 2.0. Using just blazer brass, bulk ammunition, I'll shoot at the right middle target. And now for 5 shots of the same blazer brass using the Performance Center Shield 2.0 at the center left target. All right, so comparing the two of them, and the shields are very, very popular. Not only did they have incredible sale prices for quite some time last year, but I mean, they're liked by a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. For me, they're a little slim in the hand, and the length of pull, that is the reach from the back to the trigger itself, is a little short, and that causes me to kind of hook my finger in there. You might have caught that in the shooting footage there, which has made it a challenge for me to hit centered. I got lucky today with the 5 yards. The difference between the two, the trigger felt crisper to me on the Performance Center. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if that's just the sample size of one, but it felt crisper and a little shorter. So much that, well, it surprised me on a couple of those shots, which might be why I was hitting a little low. The fiber optics are incredibly bright on a sunny day like today. I want to say the recoil and muzzle flip did feel lighter on the Performance Center. I know when we reviewed the gun itself, compared to other things we were shooting that day, it felt snappy, but you got to remember that smaller, lighter weight guns like these are going to be snappier. So I'd like to retract what we said in our initial review of this and say that the Performance Center is indeed a smoother shooter than the original.
So that footage may or may not have helped you decide. I gotta say, they feel pretty similar to me. The trigger may be a little bit nicer on the Performance Center, maybe, but once again, this is a sample size of one. So maybe it's extra nice, maybe this one's extra rough, but neither of them are bad triggers. I think I'm more comfortable with the trigger on the standard for defense. I did notice in the slow motion a little less wrist movement shooting the ported barrel. So even though the barrel is so tiny short, it was still enough to make a small difference. Of course, getting the fiber optic sights is a personal preference. If you like those over the 3-dot, or you could go with, of course, night sights. All kinds of options out there. My conclusion is you really can't go wrong with either one of these guns. Whether or not you want to pay the extra for a little bit of extra pizzazz is really up to you. Sorry this wasn't a definitive thing, but they're both good guns. Thanks for watching.